Okay. Hello. Hola, hello. I think we are live. So, let me know. Okay. I have the video right here. Let me check the voice. Hello, 1, 2, 3. And hola, gente latinoamericana. Vamos a escuchar el bajo. So let me know if we are in time, if we have no delay. Díganme si hay algún tipo de retraso en la ejecución. Okay, so we are a little cold. It's a little cold right here in my country. So it's time to do a little warm up. We can do it together if you like to. But I always say the usual warm up exercise for you should be going through all of the fretboard. Entonces, en español y en inglés, tratar de siempre practicar ejercicios de calentamiento antes, especialmente si hay un clima frío. Entonces, tratemos de practicar esto. Let's begin with going through all the fretboard from fret 1 to 4 with every finger covering every fret. And then we can go down. Usually I get to this place at 12th fret and I go back up. So in reverse. In reverse is a lot harder for you, but it's a great exercise. Just messing around in the fretboard, not quite in a specific position or scale, but yeah, I think we are a little bit more ready to start. So, welcome to Live Solutions. This is the I don't know the number already, but we have a lot of them. And this is the place for you to give me some questions about songs I've been playing, maybe some parts you can't reach, maybe some parts in which you need a more of an approach, a learning approach, and of course any other question you can ask me. And as usual, for people that doesn't know, I am from a country named Chile. It's quite chilly in here in Chile, and we have I've been playing about let's say 6 years minimum. The name of the bass is called Washburn Taurus T24. The only bass I have, actually. I don't use any pedals, any amps, just digital processing. So that's the thing everyone asks and everyone I think will ask forever, because I don't know. There's people that doesn't know what the description of the video is, but I think, but you can learn much things if you check the show more beneath every video. So I try to answer questions that are in some way smart and are in some way good questions. I don't answer questions of people, saying to me things that are obvious or maybe are easy to find out, because that's giving information easily, and that's not part of the learning process for me. So if someone asks me the name of the bass, I will say to them, check out the description, so they can do the work. I'm not doing the work for them, and that's an important thing. If you are willing to learn and you're willing to teach, you need to give the tools but not give the answers. That's very important. So, questions. Are you planning on getting a 5-string to play certain songs? Run from Snake says. I've been thinking about it, but it's not that many songs that I have requested in a 5-string, but eventually maybe I will have to expand myself, so I hope I can have one very soon. So ¿qué recomiendas para hacer hand slap en español, en Spanish? ¿Qué recomiendas para hacer hand slap? Ok, bueno, supongo que te refieres a este tipo de slap, ¿o no? No sé qué otro tipo de slap puedes hacer sin hand, pero supongo que este es el más típico. Entonces siempre recomendaciones para principiantes sobre slap, bien rápidamente, trato de hacerlo rápido. La articulación, primera falange del pulgar va directo hacia la cuerda, la parte más huesuda del pulgar entra en contacto con la cuerda en este sector, en el final de el cuello, ¿cierto? Y de esta manera, cuando golpeo usando la muñeca siempre para llegar a este tipo de movimiento, voy a obtener este sonido, que principalmente es tener el sonido de la cuerda golpeada en contra del bajo. Ese es slap. Generalmente el popping se hace con índice o medio, y tenemos que tomamos la cuerda por debajo y la levantamos y la soltamos. Eso hace que golpee nuevamente contra el bajo. La mezcla de las dos cosas hace slap, ¿cierto? Entonces el ejercicio más fácil para mí y para cualquier principiante, creo, es tomar, por ejemplo, una nota, un la, quinto espacio, séptimo aquí, y hacemos un slap. Al hacer el slap podemos descansar el dedo en la cuerda siguiente o podemos levantar y el sonido seguirá. A veces es mucho mejor hacer esto. Y agregamos el pop, que es levantar nuevamente, y podemos usar el séptimo espacio, que es la octava de la, y tenemos una octava, que es prácticamente muy típico de hacer en slap. Siempre hacemos esto. Entonces tomamos esto y hacemos, tratando de separar el sonido, no hacer esto. Ya, tocamos uno, paramos, tocamos otra. Y eso practicarlo un buen rato, ¿cierto? El movimiento siempre es de muñeca para las dos cosas, no es así. No levantamos el brazo, no nada. Movimiento bien fuerte, pero bien controlado también. eso. Creo que nunca lo había dicho en español, la práctica de principiante para slap. But trying to resume it, maybe beginner slap. I'm trying to give you the best approach to it. So I just said, try to remember playing a simple exercise, maybe using an A here and the octave right here, and trying to do the usual, not using much of the arm, using your wrist to play the slapping motion, practicing that every time, using that articulation right there, this part of the thumb in contact to the strings, and lifting the string with the index or middle for the popping. So when you're trying to pop, usually will be harder to beginning to slap, but in both ways you will suffer a little bit, because you will have maybe if you're just starting, you don't have the toughness in your skin to give it even a little better sound. So you can kind of construct that with pain and blood and a lot of blisters, I think. But if you surpass that, you will get a much better sound and much less uncomfort playing, But even if you stop playing a slap for a long time, you will begin with your problems. You will have blisters again and whatever. So it's usually recommended for you to play and don't stop playing a slap if you're using it constantly. But yeah, more questions maybe. How to improve right hand playing technique. Okay, so right hand playing technique. How to improve it. So going back to the basics, I think it's important. Not many people have their basics really clear. So right hand playing, I think that the most comfortable for me is trying to use your right hand thumb to kind of like an axis for you to maintain a good playing motion. So for example, if I'm playing right in this pickup, I will be placing the thumb in the pickup and using my two fingers alternately to play maybe an F right here. So when I'm playing the fourth string, the E string, I try to play and also rest the finger right in the thumb. So I have kind of like a mark for me to maintain the same position. And for other strings it's a little bit easier because you have the other string up to rest your motion. That's important because you can't play and not rest anywhere. You will have not that even dynamics for you, so it's great for you to maintain a good position and a fixed position if you're playing right here. If you're playing here, the same thing. If you don't have the opportunity to maybe have a support on a pickup, you can use your thumb, just rest it right there and trying to maintain a good position also. But the most important thing is trying to relax. I think the hand, not forcing yourself to an awkward position. Some people like to bend their fingers and playing just like this. And if you're accustomed to that, there's no bad thing about it. I try to just get the fingers loose, you know, so it's more comfortable for me. But the most important thing is not being that exaggerated. I think with the both hands, you don't need to exaggerate your position. You don't be kind of like this. You see a lot of bassists doing this, you know, trying to kind of doing not that subtle motion. And I think you can notice a good player if you don't see much of what he does, you know. You're seeing this, but you're not seeing that movement, that much movement. You know, so practicing and getting to that, it's important, and going slow about it. You know, if you have a scale, maybe a blues scale, you practice it and try not to do this. Because you will get accustomed to move a lot and lose a lot of energy, and it will not be good for you. So more questions, a lot of questions. Sorry if I can't answer them, you know, all, but another. Can you help me with slides like those in Launch Act? Okay, that's a nice approach for me to get to the part I like, you know, get into a song. So let's search for that song. Okay, Nirvana. That was a long time ago. I don't really remember, so I'm trying to go to the tablet right here. Give me some minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so tablet right there. I hope you can see it. I'm trying to implement the same layout of the usual videos, so we can get to this. So we have this. This is Launch Act and help with slides. Let me check the thing. Yeah, that's the thing, I think. So some people ask me about this song, and it's usually not. It's not a usual position of notes. You know, if you want to, maybe you could play this with not that much hand movement, but you see the original bassist, you know, Chris, and he does that motion, that slidey motion, and maybe it's because he plays, you know, with the bass right here, or maybe it's just a style thing, you know. But the thing is, I'm trying to respect the way of the original bassist, because limitations in that case, maybe he can't play this string because he doesn't want to, I don't know. But the reason is not that important. The reason of the sound, it's what we're trying to get. So if he's playing it that way, I will be playing it that way, so we can maybe learn something about it. So the use of slides, it's really important here. So for sliding, first of all, you really don't need to apply that much of pressure that you would apply in a normal note. So if you're trying to slide and doing this, trying to burn your fingers, you know, with a lot of pressure, you will get hurt, you know, just like the give it away thing. And maybe that wasn't that much a bad technique, but I was doing it that all the time, and a lot of takes, and I end up bleeding, you know. So the thing is trying to approach the slide maybe in a different way, trying to just give it the right sound for it to sound, but just not much pressure. So if you're going to the first slide, maybe the 7 right here, the B, when you're having this type of slide, it's a slide from nothing to 7. You're not sliding from anything. So we have a lot of types of slidings. So the first type of slide, and the most common will be maybe it's not right here, but yeah, it's right here. That type of slide is just sliding from A to F sharp, but just playing the two notes. You play the A and slide to the F sharp and play the both notes. You're not skipping anything. You're just sliding but playing the two notes. That's notated this way. Okay? If you want to play it, I don't think I have the other type, but there's another type of sliding in which you play the same thing but don't play again the second note. So you have the first note and kind of like a hammer-on thing or pull-off, you're just playing one time and using the slide as motion. So if you have the little line or dash going down, means you have to slide down and backwards. It's not that hard. But if you have this type of slides, you will need to know 4 types of sliding. You have the slide out. This is called sliding out. It's when you're sliding to the lower part. Not necessarily, but because you can slide out, but sliding out to the higher part. And you can do the backwards thing. You can also slide in from the higher part, something like that. And from the upper part you can slide in to the 7, and that's the case of this song. You have this. So yeah. So for sliding, as I said, trying to maintain not that much grip when you're trying to slide, so you don't get hurt, and try to memorize the types of slides. I think that's important. So you have this type of slide from nothing. You slide in to the note. This other type of slide, when you have to slide and play the two notes. Maybe another type. This is another type of slide right here. When you're trying to slide and don't play the second note, and even a third note you're not playing, so you have this. And you go back to it. That's just types of notation, but the technique for it's just the same. Not applying a lot of pressure and sliding evenly. Yeah? So I hope I can give you some answer on that. Maybe another question. Okay. Do you watch video of the original bassist for complicated stuff, sheet music? Okay, the process for understanding a line is usually watching a lot of live videos, because you don't have a official tablet or official sheet music for most of the pop rock things. So I don't trust any tablature that isn't mine. It sounds kind of cocky or whatever, but I try to do my best to every one of them. So it's not that I know there's a lot of good people, doing transcriptions and whatever, but I also like to write everything I play, and I give a lot of a research to the way the original player is playing the song, and I watch videos. I see the way the hand moves. I see the type of gear. I see everything, just going with the live videos. And when I have the idea, I begin to transcribe. If I have the opportunity to have the isolated bass, you can check any song, and most of them don't have it, but some of them have the isolated tracks, so you can hear the bass only. That's great if a song just have that, and many other things I'm trying to do, in research, to get the most accurate way possible. Saludos también para la gente que está en español. Perdonen si no hablo tanto en español, pero depende de las preguntas solamente. Saludos ahí a Chino Face, Ricardo Figueroa, que dice algo de los chanchos, compa. Shu, I have a quick question. I remember that you sometimes share with us some tabs, especially links, so my doubt is, did you do any change? Because I tried to access and download it, and it get a wrong format to read. Okay, there's no recent changes. Maybe it's the thing. I save every tab in a Guitar Pro 5 type of file, so everyone can read it with any version of it. But I really encourage you to use the software I use the most for reading. That is Go Play Along, and that's the software I will be using. The thing that you see, the tablature that you see in this part right here, it's Go Play Along, and I really like that software for reading and for playing, because you can synchronize the song to the tablature. You can play with the original song. That's really great, and that inspired me actually to do any of this. But if you want to write, you really need some other thing. So I recently purchased the Guitar Pro 7, and it has some really new things, some things that I don't like that much, but there's a lot of things that help me in a most speedy type of writing, so I like it as of now. And I'm trying to save those files in a Guitar Pro 6 type of file, so I can get to most people. But yeah, I think that's there shouldn't be any problem. Maybe it's the Mediafire thing. I don't know. I hope I can in some time have a personal, web page in which I can upload any of those tablatures, but it's not the time right now. Another question right here. Daniel Miranda dice, ¿chileno? Sí, chileno, hermano. El sonidito, Hechiceros Band. ¿Qué amplificador de bajo de 15 o 30 watts me recomiendas? La verdad, soy muy malísimo para recomendar cosas en cuanto a equipamiento, porque no tengo la experiencia, la verdad. Lo que sí tuve es un pequeño amplificador marca Laney, que era bastante barato para la época, y no recuerdo ni siquiera el wattaje, pero no lo ocupo prácticamente nada. Generalmente si recomiendo a gente que no va a tocar en bandas en vivo y, o que quiere practicar, mejor conectarse a veces al computador porque tienes varias opciones. Tienes la opción de grabarte, escucharte a ti mismo, y comprar una interfaz de audio es mucho más barato que comprar a veces un buen amplificador, ¿no? Entonces, por ejemplo, amplificador, digo, interfaz de audio, te puedes comprar una Scarlett 2 y 2 que sale alrededor de 150.000 pesos chilenos o algo así. Y tienen la opción de grabarte y agregar amplificación a través del computador y qué sé yo. Si vas a practicar tú solo, con audífonos, ideal, creo yo. Y si tienes la oportunidad de tocar con banda o necesitas un amplificador, ahí tienes que tener uno, simplemente. Pero depende mucho del contexto. Kevin Fitzpatrick says, "What's your least favorite band song that you always get requested?" I don't. That's the thing. I think I'm becoming kind of like a monster in a way of music. I don't know if I can have a worst song. I don't know if I hate any song. I think I can, search something great in any song. But of course there are bad songs and you need to recognize them. There are bad bands maybe, but the context itself, you can always rescue something about anything. So sometimes I like to play things that are not that common to a rock player or whatever. So you get more approach to it. Some people in the last song I uploaded actually said, okay, this is a bad song, or this is bullshit for teenagers, or well, there's many comments about many songs. I upload everything, so you will get some comments. But I like it that way. I like it for you to understand any genre of playing. So I actually enjoy playing and discovering new types of music. I think I have the luck for me that anything I played, it wasn't that bad. It's not maybe a really bad song that you can search for. Because if you're a patron, you want to give a good request, of course. For everyone wants to give a good request, something that they can relate to. So that's important to respect also the music other people like. Español. ¿Cómo haces las notas muertas en slap con mano izquierda? De esas notas muertas donde golpeas las cuerdas con la mano izquierda. Ok, entiendo. Tienes, ¿cierto?, varios tipos de notas fantasma o muteos, como lo quieres llamar. Cuando estás haciendo slap, ¿cierto?, tienes la misma función del slap que hablábamos aquí. Cuando, ¿cierto?, pones las manos sin presionar la mayor cantidad de dedos posibles, obtienes este sonido que es de ghost note, nota fantasma, ¿cierto? Entonces es bastante común aplicar esto junto con esto, que viene a ser bastante sencillo. Primero que nada, no es toda la mano, es tratar de colocar al menos un dedo o quizás dos de como una especie de de muteo natural aquí para mantener un poco más de menos armónicos sonando, y también tratar de apoyar un poco con la mano aquí si es posible. Entonces el movimiento tiene que ser con todos los dedos sobrantes, ojalá, o quizás con estos dos, o con uno no tanto, pero con dos, con medio y anular, tratar de golpear para obtener un poco de ese sonido percusivo que uno necesita. Entonces lo interesante de esto es aplicarlo con los otros tipos de muteo y obtienes algo súper versátil para hacer cosas. Entonces puedes, por ejemplo, hacer esto si estás haciendo esto aquí. Tienes ese tipo de muteo aquí con slap, pop, y también agregas esto y tienes un slap, un golpe aquí con mano izquierda y un pop. Entonces haces esto. You know? Aquí. La verdad tampoco soy tan experto en técnica con esto, pero sé más o menos cómo se aplica. Por ejemplo, para una parte de Tommy the Cat que hice en algún momento, este patrón era el que había que seguir. ¿Cómo era? A ver. Entonces ese mismo patrón aplica este tipo de muteo. Tienes un slap, uno de estos golpes aquí, otra vez slap, un pop y dos slap. Entonces tienes obviamente es para llevar como más límites de velocidad y de variedad de más que esto. Te quemarías un poco la mano si tratas de hacer eso con esa velocidad. Entonces aplica esta nueva. La idea, y lo creo que lo más importante, es tratar de hacer un golpe bien contundente aquí para mantener la técnica y mantener la rítmica, que es difícil variarla en dos manos. Pero por ejemplo la intro de My Name is Mar, que todavía no la he tocado, pero creo que tiene algo también parecido. ¿No? If you want to know something about My Name is Mar, that I try to transcribe, the first part it involves the thing I'm trying to explain to the user right here. It's about this left hand slap that some people don't know. So if you're using it, you expand a lot of the slapping technique things you can do. So the main thing about it is just trying to use a finger to mute a little of the strings. You can't mute that much if you're using that type of slapping. So you can aid yourself with this hand also. And trying to use all the other fingers of the hand. Maybe not the pinky, but I'm just going with the flow and trying to give it a nice sound. And you can practice a lot of patterns about it, you know. You have this pattern maybe kind of like a triplet feel, como tresillo aquí. And you can add the popping. Or maybe something more binary. For another Primus song, you have this. I think it's Lacquerhead, the name of the song. and you're using a lot of, with Primus you're using a lot of this. Mucho Les Claypool ocupa esto. Creo que el único que le he visto que lo aplica tanto. Tresillos. ¿Harás el cover de Anesthesia? Sí, lo estoy haciendo. I'm doing the anesthesia thing, but please be patient. Paciencia. So that's the thing with it. With this kind of technique, it's kind of more advanced, I think, but you can practice it if you want to, you know. Ahí creo que uno le puede agarrar más el ritmo, ¿cierto? Es un poco difícil llegar a eso. And it's hard. Eso es lo que estaba hablando. El riff muteado, pregunta al Favela, es parecido también. Es... Tacata, ¿cierto? Entonces tienes slap con slap de mano izquierda, más o menos alternado. Tienes 1, 1, 1. Tienes slap, izquierda, slap de nuevo. Y después repite el mismo patrón, por lo tanto duplicas otra vez. Repites 2 veces el slap. Haces... para tener la primera parte. Y después agrega el pop final. Obviamente con... un bajo de... me parece que era de 5 o 6 cuerdas. Entonces obviamente suena bastante distinto. Algo así, ¿cierto? Consejo para principiantes en slap. Te aconsejo que vuelvas al inicio del video cuando esté terminado, porque di un poco de consejos que te pueden servir. ¿Cómo aprendiste a tocar el bajo? Pregunta Edward. ¿Y cómo aprendí? Aprendí solo, primero que nada. Me traspasé desde la guitarra por necesidad, por la banda. Aprendí bajo y tomé muchos métodos de internet. Tomé mucha práctica de YouTube y mucha práctica de lo que ya sabía un poco de guitarra. Obviamente había algo de conocimiento detrás. Pero sí, fácilmente puedes partir de solo de bajo y quizás necesites un poco más de atención hacia él, pero lo más importante siempre es práctica, nada más. Práctica te va a llevar eventualmente, y si puedes tener un profesor, mejor. Pero creo que la función del profesor puede estar bastante equilibrada con lo que ya hay y lo que puedes sacar de internet, con lo que estoy tratando de hacer yo, con lo que está tratando de hacer mucha gente en YouTube y en otras partes de internet. Harta gente de Latinoamérica. Siempre habla harta gente de Latinoamérica, me gusta. ¿De dónde eres? De Chile, quinta región. ¿Cuáles son tus bajistas favoritos? No podría decir, nunca me gusta mucho hablar de favoritos, porque no tengo tantos favoritos. Pero si alguien fue influyente, obviamente para todos a veces es Flea, claro, ¿por qué no? También me gustó mucho cómo toca el bajista de Stone Temple Pilots. Obviamente Tool. Obviamente mucha gente. En verdad, obtener el approach de todos es lo más importante. Y puedes sacar tanto de muchas personas que lo mejor es escuchar y escuchar mucha música. Creo que eso ha sido lo más importante, la versatilidad para llegar a lo que puede ser tu lenguaje, aunque creo que falta mucho, al menos para mí, para obtener algo así como mi lenguaje en bajo. ¿Cuál es el mejor método para aprender armonía? El mejor método para aprender armonía es tratar de sacar los acordes de cada canción y entenderlos. Eso es lo que creo yo. Por ejemplo, ahora recién estoy tratando de poner los acordes arriba de cada canción que hago. Entonces tratar de entender la construcción de estos acordes creo que es lo más principal e importante. Por ejemplo, si arriba sale Do mayor y estoy tocando esta nota, tengo que entender que esa es la tónica de Do mayor. ¿En qué consiste Do mayor? Consiste en 3 notas que son Do, Mi y Sol, la interacción que tienen, pero creo que puedes buscar harto material, por ejemplo, armonía sencilla y cosas así, en muchas partes de internet, muchos PDFs, y tener un poco de idea de eso, y después hacerme preguntas más específicas, ¿por qué no? Okay, let's go back to English. Yeah. Can you do a lesson on play Red Hot Chili Peppers, Hump the Bump? A lot of people ask me about that one, but I'm sure I'll end up doing it. So please be patient. I just need some patience. But yeah, always remember this type of streaming or whatever is for answering questions. Also, is for me to play the things that you don't understand. For me to play the parts of some songs. You know, if you're not being that, you think that my answer is not that satisfactory, you can tell me and I can repeat myself. Actually, try to think about this like a lesson, a one-on-one lesson. But we are kind of like 60 people, so español. ¿Utilizas pedales o pedaleras para bajo? Nada de pedales, nada de amplificadores, solamente conexión digital, como decía antes, hacia la interfaz, y desde la interfaz ocupo muchos VSTs, que eso es en resumen, instrumentos virtuales que se operan a través generalmente de la inyección de la señal, y se modela, por ejemplo, con un nuevo amplificador, pero digital, o un gabinete digital, procesamientos como compresión, como ecualización, como reverb, como lo que sea, lo puedes tirar a través de una estación de trabajo que puede ser Cubase, puede ser Nuendo, puede ser Reason, puede ser miles de programas que puedes sacar de todas partes. Maxi Soria dice: es el primer directo que veo tuyo y ni siquiera sabía que hablabas español. XDDDD, me llevé gran sorpresa cuando entré. Tus videos ayudan bastante, siempre, men. Gracias a ti. Mucha gente no sabe que soy latinoamericano. Can you talk about playing chords on bass, like Orion Metallica? Okay, another great question. Thank you, David. CM. Okay, let's go to the tablature so we can teach with the example right here. So we were talking about Metallica, Orion. Okay, aquí está. Here it is. So going to the first part, the chords, you will have them right in the first part. If you're trying to kind of emulate the intro of it, it's something like this. Okay, let's go to the tablature right there, and we have this. So you have here the first approach of Cliff Burton to the thing about playing the chords. Of course, there's not much footage of him playing this song, but for this part, I try to use the usual strumming technique, that is this one, just playing like a guitar, using the two fingers, maybe kind of like a center of it. It's the index and middle, maybe the ring finger also, and trying to just playing downwards with the nails and not other part. In this motion, always this motion, kind of like guitar, but more centered on having a lot of more pressure, so you don't get bad sounds of it. The same for this chord and this chord. Yeah, trying to use the nails so you get a lot of brightness. Also, if you're using maybe your thumb, it's not the same. You won't get the same attack you need. But that's for the intro, and I think there's a lot other parts in which you have a strumming. I'm not quite sure. Let me check. Maybe it's another Metallica song, but I'm trying to search. Yeah, I think it's another song in which you have a other type of strumming that Cliff uses, and I watched it, so I can say. But it's something like this. You do something like this, and you kind of slap the strings up with your fingers to get kind of like a strumming sound also. But it's more like an attack, kind of like slapping the bass, something like that. So if you try to do that with the tip of your fingers and going up, you will get it. And try to use a lot of attack to it. Try to not hurting yourself, but trying it to sound like a slapping motion. I've seen it doing something like this. And you get this type of sound. I think it's not here, no. But yeah, try to watch a lot of guitarists doing their thing and applying it to bass. It may be a little painful because the thing about bass strings, they are a little thicker than a guitar, so it may be a bad time, but try to focus on playing just with the nails, How to sing and play bass at the same time. Okay, I don't have that much experience, but I personally do backup voices for my band, so I have some kind of experience, but I try to lower down my technique when I'm trying to sing, so it's kind of like cheating. So maybe if I'm playing something kind of like in the harmony and I had to sing something, I try to just keep it on a single note, maybe, and trying to do something simpler so I can focus on singing. But you really need to kind of dissociate a lot if you want to play bass and also want to sing, because you have control of the rhythm with the bass and you're trying to sing a melody, and so you're doing kind of the both very different things. If you're playing guitar and singing, it's always not that hard, but for bass I think it's a little bit harder because you have more rhythmic complexity usually. So You can kind of downgrade your playing if you want to, but if you don't want to and you shouldn't, you should try to practice first the line you want to put, behind, and then sing it and sing it and sing it, and trying to automate yourself to maybe playing this that much that you don't even think about it and sing on top of it. But also you can write down the rhythmic of it, maybe something like this, and you want to sing something like a whatever, and you write that and you try to understand, okay, in that part the voice enters and in this part I play, and trying to see in action, the both thing written. But it's all about practice, I think. Most of that will be practicing, but there's some exercise I try to practice, maybe singing the name of the notes, maybe singing in another harmony. Even you can do but maybe you can do the third of it while you're playing the root note of the C scale. So you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and you have maybe the third, and you sing in thirds. No. It's difficult, and you end up doing some really crazy things, but it's a really great exercise for you, trying to sing other things on top of what you're doing. But I think the thing is, it's difficult when you're confronted with two type of rhythms, different rhythmic approaches. That's the thing. It's kind of like playing piano and doing two very different things, but you can do it. ¿Qué estilos musicales dominas? Español, XTVN, Favela, de nuevo. ¿O cuáles son tus favoritos? Banda y reggaetón son puras escalas aburridas y repetitivas. Funk, jazz y rock son lo mejor. What do you think? Bueno, trato de no tener esos pensamientos de que algo es aburrido en un estilo y otro es en otro. Creo que hay ejemplos aburridos de todo estilo y ejemplos buenos de todo estilo también. Creo que no hay que generalizar nunca. Pero los estilos musicales que domino son los estilos que puedes ver en cada canción que subo. Creo que cada uno tiene su diferencia en estilo y en género. Y de nuevo, favoritos creo que ya es una pregunta que trato de no responder tanto, porque favorito nunca tengo. Nunca pienso, oye, soy fan de este, soy fan de tal cosa. Creo que eso es, a cierto punto, es empezar a limitarse. Creo que tratar de analizar todo y que te guste todo de una manera bastante, como lo podría decir alguien, como una especie de suelta musical, perra musical o qué sé yo. Eso es lo mejor que tú puedes hacer, no tener un gran amor por algo, sino que tener un gran amor por todo. Creo que eso es lo mejor que puedes hacer para mejorar como músico. English, some tip to practice and get easily the ghost notes. Yeah, okay. I'll try to do it. So ghost notes, just for playing like this. To get them easily, first know the technique, of course. Placing the fingers just on top of the strings, not pressing into the fretboard. Trying to use the most fingers you can while you're playing, and just playing normally right here, and you will get this sound. If you're trying to mute with just one finger, you will get this. A lot of sounds you don't want. With two, it's better. With three, even better. With four, even better. So you get the percussive thing. That's what you want from a ghost note. Unless you want to have a little bit of harmonics into it, and that's great. So If you want to give it kind of like the usual simple clean ghost note, just try to use the many fingers as you want and try to practice alternating. First, maybe you want to do something like this, play an A right here or whatever note, and just play it 4 of it just like this, and then try to mute another 4, and then play and mute. Now try to do 2 and 2. And now 1 and 1. You will notice I'm trying to put the fingers so you can mute the string. In some cases it will be harder for you to do it. Of course, if you have maybe kind of like a melody and you have this, you have right here an A, an E, and another A to form the usual root, fifth, and octave to do something right here, and you can alternate with this, so you can have maybe and then 4 of each string, maybe 2 and 2. And maybe 1 and 1. Maybe trying to practice the usual warm-up exercise and doing the same thing. 4. Maybe 2 and 2. But don't try to use just one finger and going down. Try to use different positions of your fingers, so you will notice it's harder to mute a note when you're maybe doing this. So you need to have your fingers always really close to the strings in case you want to do the ghost notes, and you can apply it and really enrich the lines you want to play, you know. You know? And it also helps a lot if you want to maintain a good rhythm. You know, you can use the ghost note as a silence for you when you're playing bass, you know, because when you're playing bass ghost notes, it may pass like unnoticed. Even if you're recording and whatever, it may sound like you're not playing anything, but you're adding something. If the mixing is good, you will hear the ghost notes. You can hear them. How do you do trills? I'm really struggling. Please help. My hands are hurting a lot. The trills, kind of like in around the world, I think. When you do this. Something like that. It's quite difficult because you really need to, first of all, loose your hand. Try to even lose the grip of your thumb right below, and try to just slide with your finger right here without any support of the hand, so it will be easier to do this. And and the faster you do it, you will get it better. So between two notes, that's a kind of trill you can do. But there's the other type of trill is just trying to do it with hammer-ons. It may be a little more little less sustained for it, but you can do it right here, and it will have a lot of sustain. The usual trill, you will notice, it's not that that exaggerated for like this one, but more like something like this. And what I'm trying to do, as I said, it's just losing your grip and trying to really give it a slight touch, trying not to do something like this. A lot of pressure will burn you again, and you will get a tougher sound. You don't want that. You want something kind of like a little thing, a little sting. I like it better than doing this. It's I like it most, but you can also do something like this. And whatever. How do you play slapping in electric guitar? I really don't know. But it should be something like bass, but with really tiny strings. So I don't know. I think it's harder in precision, but I never tried it. So last questions right now. I think it's time to go. But it's been a great afternoon. As always, this is a chill thing. I'm trying to just chill out and do something relaxed for you on Fridays, because I know you've been practicing all week and it's hard and whatever. So, as always, if you have any final questions, and if you had some questions and I didn't answer them, please go back next week. It's hard to answer everyone, but I'm doing my best. So maybe final questions. How to memorize neck notes? Trying to memorize, it's usually hard when you're just trying to memorize. So maybe apply it to something, I think the best way to try to memorize is just knowing your scales. First, maybe a C scale, the usual C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, C, D. No, backwards. D, C. It's hard for me because in my country we don't name the notes like that, so it's a little bit harder. So if you have that sound and that motion in your memory, and you know the scale and you practice it a lot, I will be playing it slowly in case you don't know it, but it's in here in the 3rd fret is A string, and you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and you can go backwards and again. So that's the usual scale everyone knows, and when you have it memorized, you will know here is a C. You have a C right here. you have a C right here, but how do I know I have a C right here? Because I know it's the same sound. And I just memorize that, and I know, okay, here I have a C, here I have a C. The bass moves itself with the same kind of interval. So if I have a C here, I have a C here. If I have a D here, I will have a D right here, because you have the same intervals. So again, knowing those intervals is important also to know the whole fretboard, because I know I have an A right here because the open string is an A, and I have the repetition right here, and unison A, and again I know here's the octave, the other A, because I know the position of it, and that's a really common position for bassist, the octave. So I already know I have the octave right here, and I can play with that. So I have an A right here, and knowing those two things, I already know a lot of notes. I know here we have a C, the octave should be right here. I have a C right here because it's the same sound. I have the octave right here. From 12th fret to the end of the bass, you have again the same notes, so it will repeat the same deal. So here I will have a D, a C again, and I will have another C right here. So you can apply the same rules, and with playing and knowing the notes, you will know here's that note. So you will play this note. Maybe I don't know the name of exactly this note, but I know the name of this note, and I know it's the octave, and I know it's an E flat. So I just do the math kind of it to it. But after that, you will not need that much. So you will not know all of the fretboard. I don't think I know all of the fretboard. It's hard in some cases, But if you know all of the notes just by pressing and knowing, you will get to another level, of course. So very important. That was a great question. Maybe a final one to close, and we're done. Wait, you're not American? No. I'm from Latin America, South America, Chile. And I'm trying my best, as always, to speak in English. I think I'm doing a little bit better. You let me know. I don't know. But okay, let's stop right here. So it's been a pleasure, as always, to talk with some of you, to answer to some of you. If you want more answers, you can tune in next week, and I will be trying to improve this. Maybe I want to put kind of like a marks about subject, so when you scroll down in the video, okay, this subject, that subject, whatever. I think I can do that in some other time, so you don't get lost in the content. But yeah, thank you everyone that's been here. I will be seeing you with more things, obviously from covers throughout the week, and I will be seeing you next Friday with more things. I hope this works for you. You can let me know. I will say hello to Matthew Norton. He says amazing. Whatever. Fusion Freak 70. Good job with your English. Thanks. Jason Carranza. Mr. Nassim, it's always there spamming some nice things. Tom Jakim, I don't know. Bye to Mr. J. Jacob. And goodbye to everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.